Good morning. Happy Black Friday. Lunamoth here. So last night around I want to say 10:30 or 11 after I had Thanksgiving dinner with a few friends, um, my friend's dad actually turned on his TV. It's like this giant big screen TV, and they have like a cable system. So whatever you're streaming, it tells you the title like at the very bottom of the screen. And I looked over and it says, "Here comes the B." Like, here comes the letter B. Um, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, does that say "Here comes the boom"? Um, and so I kind of walk in the other room and I look up on my phone whether there's a movie called "Here Comes the Boom." And as I'm Googling it, my friend walks into the room and says, "Oh, Dad, what movie is this? What movie are you watching?" And he like it's like, "Oh, I don't know. Let me see." And he like opens the info tab on it, and he's like, "Oh, it's called Here Comes the Boom." And I'm just like, "Are you kidding me?" So yes, there is a movie called Here Comes the Boom. This is not about the movie. This is about the prediction prophecy that I had about boom, it will blow. And here comes the boom. So Um, anyway, I went onto YouTube and I put out like, "Seen today, here comes the boom. Maybe this means a volcanic explosion." That was in my little like status update box. And then this morning I got up and there was a volcanic explosion in Japan, from Mount, I want to say Aso. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced, but um, so it was "Here Comes the Boom," and then we have the boom, ladies and gentlemen. This is the boom, and it's causing all kinds of flight delays and disruptions because of the ash, actually. And uh, let's see, it says Mount Mount Asosan. It can also be Asosan, a volcanic mountain of central Kyushu, Japan. It is topped by one of the world's largest calderas and contains 5 volcanic cones, one of which is active. The highest cone rises to 5,223 feet. So it's large. And from what I was reading, basically a group of Japanese scientists got together and released a study. And here's a quote from it. It says, "It is not an overstatement to say that a colossal volcanic eruption would leave Japan extinct as a country." Um, basically, if so there's 5 cones that are active. I'm sorry, there's 1 cone that is active. There are 5 cones total. If all 5 of these were to become active and blow, it would just be colossal damage. So we are hoping and praying that this does not happen to the people of Japan because, frankly, they have been through enough already. They even just had another large earthquake. I think it was like a 6.7. I don't know. So there we have the blow. It has blown. We have a blow. Um, and so I was going back through my videos that I originally did about this and seeing what it was tied to. It is tied to the California earthquake prophecy. It is tied to the pennants, the banners that said "California earthquake," which is also tied to penance, which is like a form of repentance. It's all circular. It's all coming together. And it is tied to, basically, here, there's a video that I made a little while. It's really short. It's called "Well, That Escalated Quickly." And in the text box below, I have links to all of the prophecies that are tied together. So this includes the boom it will blow, which was also connected to Ebola and Dallas, Texas, the solar superstorm and California earthquake prophecy, the martial law prophecy, which is basically about to happen, the summer's end, my sweet summer is gone, and the ring of fire prediction, which is about the geological ring of fire that is a area that is highly prone to seismic and activity like earthquakes and volcano eruptions. Japan happens to be basically, if the ring of a fire is a horseshoe, Japan is like right there at the top of the horseshoe. Then there is the perfect storm dark horse prophecy as well. These are all tied together, and the boom, it will blow one was it was the same time as Ebola and the California earthquake. It was the first thing. So if these are laid out in time order, then we can be expecting, I don't even know. I was trying to kind of just figure out as far as like timing how things went. So Ebola, boom, and the California earthquake were all together as far as like the timing when I got these predictions and prophecies. So just some food for thought, a little bit to think about. If we're going with timing, then I would say we're due for a very large earthquake. I'm not happy about it. So there's that. Also, I have been getting stuff today about the Wilhelm scream. I don't know what it means yet. So, okay, the Wilhelm scream is a basically like sound bite, like generic scream that is used in all kinds of movies, cartoons, videos. And it like started out as kind of like a secret thing that this one guy did and then became like a running joke in the movie industry. And I had heard about this before actually because there is a musical artist named James Blake who does kind of like ambient, funky music. And he had a track titled The Wilhelm Scream. And I always thought the name was interesting, but I did not know the history. Then today I found the backstory of it, about how there was this Western called The Charge at Feather River, and a character named Private Wilhelm, and he lets out this scream by being, after he was shot with an arrow. And apparently they, have taken the sound clip and just put it in, so many movies. It's not even funny. Like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, and, so many cartoons and stuff. But I will post the link to that below. This made me think of, there's another YouTuber that has a few prophecies, premonitions about ice cream. And so anything scream makes me think of that. And Wilhelm scream is kind of like, it's like a generic scream. Like this person is not actually in fear. It's like a cry wolf kind of thing. Like, I can't think of the right word for what I'm trying to say, but it's just like, it's the fact that it's not a real scream. And it's like produced with the push of a button. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with like false flags or terror events or something like that. But it's called the Wilhelm scream. And if anyone gets anything on this, a lot of times I don't have the full picture, and then one of my subscribers will comment and I'll get a better idea, or it'll make a connection. So I really appreciate your input. Anyway, enjoy walking off your Thanksgiving meals today. Good luck with that. I need to get my buns moving. And have a safe Black Friday. Stay away from the darkness. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.